Blowing raspberries.
Yes. Yeah, tell me about the camera.
Yes.
I'd like to know.
So, yeah, the Sony a6400,
Yeah.
when I was watching a review of it, the guy was... I think he was using it for about 90 minutes. And then...
What, continuous use at
Continuously,
4K?
yeah. Continuous use.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's us again. Yes. Continuous use. So, it's pretty good. Like an
So-
hour and a half.
How much was that?
The camera?
Yeah.
I got it on special end of year financial sale, $1,200 without a lens. With
Yeah,
the
so just the
standard,
body.
Yeah, with a standard lens it was $1,500.
And that's the standard lens, or you've got another one, you've got a different one.
No, I've got a standard one. Like the fancy lenses are quite pricey. They go anywhere from like, I don't know, like 500 to thousands and thousands.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
the body is like the least expensive thing you buy because you'll probably
Yeah.
buy like separate lenses all the time. I bought a specific like lens for my use case, which has like a really high bokeh, so everything behind you gets like super blurred and it looks kind of cool. But it's really good to like talking heads because everything in the background doesn't have much detail, so you sort of blur it out.
Yeah. Man, the
Oh,
Sigma
thanks,
lenses
Jax.
are hot. Yeah.
I do like it.
Speaking of
I'm
hot,
happy.
your hair looks hot, bro.
Welcome everybody
Yeah.
to another stream, a weekly stream that we have. I've just posted the links up. Hopefully people can join us, which is cool. And we have a whole bunch of topics for you guys today. But Casper, how was your week? What did you get up to?
Oh, look, pretty epic, full-on week. Just working, but like today was a pretty extreme day. Like I had my usual dancing training in the morning. Yeah, I dance, guys. Dancing.
A man of a lot of talents.
Men of arts. And I exchanged my car battery today and almost like got electrocuted. You know, like when the positive and the negative almost touch. Because I had like one of those metal keys when I was screwing the thing on.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. So there were like sparks flying, and I was like,
God.
"Whoa, okay, hold on, let's retreat. Let's try this again."
So, don't you start with a certain color? Don't you go black?
Yeah,
and
I think
then-
you got to go positive first.
Oh, positive. That's right.
Yeah,
so you
because
red.
I like popped the negative on, and then I was like, okay, positive, and it started cooking. I'm like, nope, okay, let's do positive first.
Yeah, positive first. Okay. I always did positive first, but I never knew that that's the reason that it'll start like, sparking. I know it sparks. Like sometimes,
Sparks hard,
when I was a young kid, I used to have used to jack up the car. Not jack it up, sorry.
Jack it up.
Like if our battery died, we'd get
Charge
another
it
mate's
up?
car.
Yeah.
And we'd connect the two and then go around going like sparking
yes.
the two. Oh yeah, that wasn't the best thing to do at all.
The highlights of immaturity at a young age.
Yeah. I remember I parked my car once on a hill, and I had like no petrol in it. And in New Zealand, petrol was like $2 a litre, and
expensive.
we would put like $5 or $10 a litre in the tank, and we'd be if I was on an angle and I had no petrol, very little petrol, and the tank was on an angle, I couldn't start the car.
Oh no.
And at that point, usually I would just like get the boys to push it out and stuff. But this time around, I was front parked into a parking lot with cars, and the hill was up behind me, and we just couldn't do it. Push the car up. So we went and got like a canister and put a few in.
Actually,
Yeah. It's just
put like $2 worth of petrol in.
I know. Okay, let's get started. I think
All right, let's do it. What you got for us?
We've got a lot of topics. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to try and get through it all today. But as always, we might sort of divulge into
the realm of strange.
Yeah, the realm of strange, or at least a story that has some relation, but fairly unrelated. So we've got some Crash Bandicoot news, or rather, box art.
Oh yes, Crash Bandicoot at the top, but it's the first box art for a PS5 game.
And I saw that. Oh yeah, that's the one I saw. I saw the Spider-Man one too. So we'll have a look at that. Microsoft is doing what? You'll know more about.
Oh yes, so Microsoft is eyeing up purchasing Warner Brothers Interactive.
And this is a lot of these ones you probably know a lot more than me, actually.
Oh yeah, and Sony looks like they're doing their own deals on the side here with buying into Epic Games, so $250 million
Yeah, and
worth.
You all remember that people hated the Epic Games Store and all that, but money's being thrown around.
Yeah,
everybody likes them now with all the free games. We'll talk a little bit about loot boxes, FIFA specifically, because EA Games is very good at creating loot boxes and you blow all your money on it. We'll talk about that. There will be a Crysis remake. We'll talk about that a little bit, and it might be coming to a little console, a very small console that we'll talk about.
Ooh, HBO Max. Look at that. HBO's hitting up some more hits with a potential Batman spin-off.
And it's not the Batman you might be thinking of or even aware of. We got some AMD Threadripper news, a little leak. We'll just talk about that very briefly.
Yeah.
And we'll obviously spend a bit of time on Cyberpunk.
Having a look at the gameplay video.
It's a bit old, but we just finally got around to watching it because...
Oh no! Kill the guy that did your hair.
Okay, so in that regard,
he's already dead.
Well, I have been working from home, and I usually get it cut in Leaderville where I work. And there's a guy that cuts my hair normally, and he was not there, so I had to go somewhere else. And unfortunately,
your hair's not that bad.
It's
not bad at all. It looks fine.
I like it.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I look in the mirror, I shiver.
Really?
Well, because it's just so. The guy just went. I showed him a picture of me from like a year ago when I had like shortcuts, and then he goes, "Oh yeah, all good," and he just cuts it like that. I'm like, you can't just cut back what you've already cut off.
Right.
So I think it's just too short. I think it should be a little bit longer at the top and then maybe to the side. Because at the moment, I look like I just got out of the army.
Oh, right. Yeah. You're like, I'm looking at killing some people at 3, and he's like, say no more.
Look, more stuff about the UE5, the Unreal Engine 5 tech demo, which is pretty exciting. When I heard this, and I've got questions for you about this.
Oh, yeah, I want questions.
It looks really cool. NVIDIA released some... I don't know if it's NVIDIA releasing these leaks, but there are some leaks about the 3060 and the 3050 ampere GPUs, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We've got some new games coming to NVIDIA's RTX GPUs for free. We'll talk about that. And another new game that I think... I'm actually excited just because of the actor that's in it. So we'll talk about that. So, friends, welcome to the State of the Beanstalk. Let's get started. Let's get the intro going. Intro! And please leave all your hateful comments about the intro below. We will surely not read them.
Yes, we would love to see them.
All right, first topic of the day. Let's talk about the new box art. I mean, it's a box art, right? Let me open up that screen. Here we go.
I mean, if you're buying digital games, you're not going to care at all. But if you're someone like me who likes to have physical copies and is going to be purchasing the disc drive PS5 next gen, I will care about it because I already have a pile of physical copies that I will want to have as backwards compatibility. So,
oh right, okay. So do you think this is a more of a collector's thing? Like, do people collect like PlayStation? I know PlayStation 1 was like the square box, but do people now collect like PlayStation 2? 3 and
there
like,
actually there's heaps of game collectors out there, and so I think to them this is a very important aspect of the game purchase. Is like, oh, what will the next box art look like? And as we can see, they're still sticking to that same translucent blue box that they have. The only major change is that they have the white strip but with black writing, as opposed to having the blue strip with the white writing.
I think at the end of the day, I think it's just a cost saving measure.
I think the blue box. They must have like a squillion bajillion of these lying around. Be like, hey, we'll just reuse these bad boys.
And shipping, most of the time it's done by like weight and size of box, and they probably have manufacturers' boxes that fit exactly a certain amount of CD cases, and off you go. Is that gonna? Do you think it's gonna be one disc, one Blu-ray, or are they gonna do 2 for like big games?
I think it's gonna be now one disc because. Well, we are moving to the 4K format.
Yeah.
And they'll have those, multi-layered big Ultra HD Blu-ray discs, which
40 gigs?
up to 100 gigs.
100,
I want to
is it?
say, yeah, 100
Yeah, okay.
gigs. Yeah, because now we have those that are, I think, are 50 gigs maybe.
Oh, okay, so 50, and then they do the layers, and you get 100.
Yeah, to 100 gigs.
Well, that makes sense because many, video games nowadays are huge, like gigantic, in regards to size, and then you still have to download, the first update before you even play, which is I think generally is a bit ridiculous. But
And
do
that's
you think
go
it's
on.
because they manufacture all the discs and then they continue updating and working on the game? So they must have manufactured this stuff months ago then, if they've got day one updates.
I don't know if they have the discs. I don't think they have the discs yet. They might have the box art concepts.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they have printed the box art.
Oh, this
stuff.
is not an actual picture of
No,
the...
this is like,
okay.
yeah, this is like, oh, this is what it would look like. So it's not necessarily that they already have hands on it. Because, I mean, if this is releasing in holiday 2020, which is like 4 to 5 months away.
Yeah, they have to start manufacturing soon.
Soon, yeah, which usually happens about a month before. I think they actually start doing physical copies, or maybe 2 months.
It must
2
be
months,
earlier now.
and then ship them out. And I think the retailers...
Shipping's a bit slow at the moment.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And the retailers generally have it about a week before, right? They have everything in
Could be
stockpiled.
days
Yeah,
sometimes.
days
Yeah.
a week or
Yeah.
a week, yeah.
Hey John, hey Ak,
So-
hey Lewis, welcome guys. Sorry, I thought I'd say hello to people because they're saying, hello and how everybody's going. We're going
Hello,
good.
people.
Welcome to the stream.
Oh,
I was just- yeah, we did talk
dissing
about-
on the Spider-Man game. Oh, my feelings have been crushed, my friend.
Are you saying this game in particular is going to be piss weak, or is just generally the Spider-Man games? Because I think there might be a difference. This is not a number 2.
Yeah, this is like a
very
1.5,
clear. Yeah,
yeah.
1.5. I was just going to say, we did talk about EB Games last week. JB High Five has always had the lower price.
Yeah, they do. And you know who has actually been doing a really good job at matching it? Harvey Norman. Surprisingly,
Seriously?
yeah, they have
Harvey
been
Norman.
matching those $68
Yeah.
prices for the console games, but also like undermining in certain games as well. Like I don't know the guy, whoever the CEO guy, the
Yeah.
Old Man Jenkins guy is, who was doing like the
Old Man Jenkins.
yeah, he was like getting really he was providing us with really low priced games during when the pandemic was flaring up big time. So I don't know, maybe he did that as a one-off.
They
but
must not make much money on it.
there were games for like $5, man, like a Devil May Cry and all this kind of stuff.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, sick. I completely missed it. They sold out like hotcakes.
Do you think they were just getting rid of stock? I mean,
excess
it's good
stock.
timing to do it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it costs to have, warehouse space. Not that they take
Yeah.
much space.
Don't
Oh,
take
Jerry.
much space.
Jerry Baby?
Yeah.
That's not his name, is it?
Maybe it is.
Jerry Baby.
Jerry Baby. Gary.
I'm kind of feeling somebody's trolling us, but
Yeah.
anyway, let's move on.
Do you care about the look of these boxes?
I think it's a bit of a hard one because I have them actually in my room,
Yeah.
sort of stacked, vertically,
The PS4 ones,
next
yeah.
to the PS4, and Jerry Harvey. That's the Jerry Norman. What is it, Jerry Harvey or Jerry Norman, or is it Jerry Harvey Norman?
Maybe there's two Jerrys. One is Norman, one is Harvey.
Oh, okay, and then they're like, and let's combine our last names too.
I'm just
Harvey
thinking
Norman.
I'm just messing with you. I don't know. I know there's an old guy.
Yeah.
There's an old guy that said some racist things as well on TV, or said
really?
he said some inappropriate things about COVID. Yeah, and I remember he was getting slandered pretty hard.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might
So
have
off
to look it
topic
up.
here. Yeah. From box art to Jerry Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I don't care because most of the time I've been buying PlayStation games on sale from Amazon for like $10. Oh yeah, there you go. If you have kids, you can't play video games. But
Oh, sorry to hear that,
Yeah,
AK Tech.
that's an unfortunate decision when you have kids. No more video games.
Well, you can vicariously play it through your kids, I suppose.
Well, that's
Experience it.
I think somebody said the other day that they got the console. They're gonna get the console because of their kids.
Oh, yeah.
So that's that's a fair call. You can always say, "Honey, I'm getting a console for the kids." Oh yeah, okay. But gonna get all these like R18 violent games.
Yeah, honey, just testing out the console for the kids. Yeah.
Are you gonna 3 days later? It's like, are you gonna let the kids play?
Yeah,
Still testing.
Still testing. It's
Really
gonna
important.
take a while. Yeah.
So we've got. Well, look, let us know in the comments below if you guys actually care about box art or the way the box is going to look. It needs to differentiate itself from the other ones. So when you pick it up, when Grandma goes to the store and goes, "Is this the PlayStation 5, 4, 3, or 10?"
Yes.
At least she'll go, "Oh, it's the white one. Okay." Do you think they'll call them racist because it's like white? Because at the moment everything's getting cancelled. Cancel culture.
What is cancel culture?
Do you not know?
I've heard about it. I'm like, is that because if it's not woke enough, it's...
No, it's not. It's okay. So cancel culture is more along the lines of, let's say you are, and it happens to politicians more, but now it happens for people on the internet. Let's say you tweeted something 10 years ago.
Oh my
that
God.
Somebody scrounged around like a little ferret and dug up, and you said something maybe inappropriate, but at the time in the 90s it was okay to say that thing about that person or that culture, but now it's fully inappropriate. You've changed your mind. That's they'll be like, no, 10 years ago you said this and now you're going to get punished. You're going
to jail for infinity and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
well,
much.
that was like, I mean, Kevin Hart, I remember he said he posted a tweet 8 years ago and somebody brought it up and it was, slightly, it was a little bit inappropriate. But, he's a comedian. He says inappropriate things all the time. And so he was getting so much hate.
Yeah. Comedy is the biggest sufferer of the cancel culture.
I know.
Because they come out and to entertain you and everything they say is a joke because that's their job. They're not actually saying, hey, X whatever it might say.
Yeah.
I'm actually saying this to entertain or make fun of, and that's my job. That is my task. And so to cancel them is just insane.
Cancel culture is killing comedy, which means it'll just be a super boring world moving forward.
Yeah. We've got a comment here. Jared says, I care about the look. I don't like the PS5 box art. Yeah. Well, do you mean specifically this Spider-Man one or just generally the artwork? Do you think... Because I remember boxes when I was buying PC games were all different sizes.
Yes.
You'd get like a fat double one, and you get one in paper, and obviously now
they used to be like fat ass boxes for PC games.
Yeah, they don't have those
now
anymore.
they have those really slim boxes, like the black ones for the PC games. And now a lot of people are not buying them anyway because everything's
gone digital.
Yeah,
I think PC has certainly gone more digital than consoles than.
Absolutely, yeah, because PC's ahead of the game and everything.
Yeah.
So they're already like, we've been doing digital forever. Yeah.
Well, here we go. Axe says, bro, cancel culture just works in English countries. In Arab countries, no one cares, or you can't judge people for something happened 10 years ago. And that okay. Look, if you've done something recently and you knew it was wrong at the time when you did it, and you said something and you apologized, whatever. But if you did something 10 years ago and you can't even recall you did something like that.
Yeah.
And you've changed, like you're not, I want to say the words of, Nazi or whatever, if you're one of those people and you're still, whatever it is.
I think people just need to chill out, bro. just chill out.
But comedians, leave them alone.
Yeah,
God damn it.
let them make us laugh.
All right, tell me more about this because this is something you've been streaming at the moment, Batman.
Oh, I was a while back, and I think I'm just gonna get back into it briefly just to finish off the game, but. It appears that Microsoft is eyeing up to purchase Warner Brother Studios, Interactive. It's all their games that fall under that umbrella, which we got Mortal Kombat, Injustice, and Batman, obviously, all the Batman games. What would that mean for Microsoft? Would that mean that they would actually have exclusive rights to this? That's a possibility. And that could be their response to Sony having Spider-Man. Then they can have all the DC characters, basically.
It's going to be like Marvel and DC again. Like,
I know, except it's Sony and Microsoft.
Okay, let me know in the comments, guys. Yeah. And we'll talk about it in a moment. But we want to see your comments pop up. DC or Marvel? Which one do you prefer?
Yeah, if you gun to your head, if you had to choose DC or Marvel, which one would you go for? That is a hard. I don't even know if I can answer that question. I mean, based on the movies.
I hate the DC movies.
The DC movies suck.
They're terrible. Actually, okay, hang on. Well,
the newest ones, newer ones, some of the newer ones.
Yes, so the old Batman with Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Hands down the best Batman ever.
Oh, the best. So
but
good.
I did like who's the Warrior Princess one? Oh god, I can't believe I just said that. But who's the Warrior Princess one?
Oh, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I did like Wonder Woman.
See, I still need to watch that. I hear that's good. We got one Marvel from AK Tech. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, the Marvel movies are freaking cool, man.
They're good. They tie
good.
everything in.
They nailed comic books.
Yeah.
They're just like, this is what it's really like when you're imagining it and when you're reading it and looking at the, the beautiful art. So yeah, Marvel, well done. I don't know. It's like
Do you like DC?
DC
Do you
has
like the
Batman,
comics or the
and
movies?
I love Batman.
Yeah.
But Marvel's got like everything else that I like.
Apart from Batman, who else in DC do you like?
In the DC world?
Yeah.
Ooh. See, probably a lot of the characters inside Batman's world. We've got like the Joker, we got the Riddler, we got Two-Face, we got Catwoman, and it's like their backgrounds and who they have become throughout life, and how it's not all black and white. There's so many shades of gray because these are people who have developed into who they are because of circumstance, based on circumstance. And Batman does that well, the storytelling. As it's evolved, it does that quite well.
In my mind, the DC universe is the Batman universe.
Yeah.
But just the Batman stuff.
Because it's...
Not Superman.
Batman's
not,
the biggest of all of them, I would say. Yeah.
But even when they had Batman versus Superman, that was just so awkward.
Yeah, I think...
It just didn't make any sense.
I think maybe... I don't know if it was... The acting was probably fine. The actors they had were good, but...
Yeah.
Maybe it was the writing that made it a little bit awkward and hard to work with. And maybe the actors weren't as passionate for that project. I don't know. It seemed out of place. It seemed weird.
It certainly did, yeah.
Whereas where you have like banter between the heroes in the Marvel movies, it just kind of worked. You've got like Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark having an argument with Chris, what's his name? No, the Captain America guy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Chris
Ranger.
Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers. Roger, Ranger.
Yeah. It's just, it just felt so organic how they behaved.
Well written? Maybe it's the writers that...
I think so. I think the writers nailed it. And it's just like they were just bantering like they would if a camera wasn't pointing at them. That's what it felt like.
The actors themselves, though, they embody those characters very well, even outside of the movie.
Yeah.
If you pick the right person, like, for your character, it makes a whole lot of difference in a movie. Like, if you pick the wrong character, it's out of place.
Here's what I'm thinking. And maybe the writing was so organic and maybe the humor felt so right that that's why it worked, because it felt so much more human than a DC movie. It's like they just felt like cut out, characters of themselves to be like, I am serious and this is a serious movie. Like,
they try to bring back comedy into the last, like Aquaman had a bit more funnies in it. But it just didn't. It was forced.
It didn't stick.
No, nothing stuck, and
there was no landing. It was it was a bit like out of place. Yeah.
Do you think Amber Heard was beating up Johnny Depp at the same time as filming Aquaman, and she was just practicing her?
Probably.
Is this 10 years from now?
Yeah, 10 years from now. Cancelled. It's been cancelled.
Ladies and gentlemen, my comments about Amber Heard beating up Johnny Depp were very appropriate. So far, the law has showed.
Black Lightning. I want to see that.
Have you not watched it?
I know.
It popped
Is it
up
good?
on Netflix. It popped up on Netflix. I didn't have time to click it. Just disappeared really quickly.
Oh, did it?
Like
so
lightning.
fast. Yeah. Actually, now I want to AK Tech. Good point. Sounds like a good show, man.
Do you know what? Somebody mentioned Brie Larson. So Brie Larson, right, started a YouTube channel.
Did she?
Yes. Oh. And she's got one video. Like, she put up one video and she got like 150,000 subscribers.
Oh, as you would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she's such a A-list celebrity.
But why is an A-list celebrity creating content on YouTube? Like, sorry, I thought it was for us plebs. For
us peasants.
Peasants to be on YouTube. Like, hey, finally we have a platform where there's no, TVs and producers and all that sort of stuff, and now it's just getting flooded with celebrities and
I mean, Jack Black has had a channel for quite some time.
That's his son's.
Is it?
Yes, so him and his son do it, but I think what his son sort of, from what I've read, and don't quote me on this, is that him and his son work on it, but it's his son's idea to do all this stuff, and he's just the actor.
Dad's the front man.
Yeah, dad's the front man.
And kid is like the producer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Like, if you were famous and your kid really loved, I don't know, editing and doing like skits, like, hell yeah, you'd join as a artist or like a...
Dad's so freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
He's the perfect guy to have as like a gaming channel.
Yeah, and it's pretty good. Like I think I saw a really funny one where he was, like imagine our screen here, and he had himself in like a little box.
Yeah.
But everything was green screen, so he just like chucked it away. And then it was just him in a room, but like in a corner of the room with his head. And I was like, this is so good.
What are you doing, Jack Black?
Yeah, it was so unrelated to like gaming, but I thought it was quite hilarious.
Oh my God, that's so good.
John, is that really true that it's sponsored by Dyson?
Really?
Because it sucks?
It sucks,
Oh,
Max,
yeah, it sucks,
bro.
Max.
A good one. That's a joke. That's gotta be a joke.
One of my most popular videos on my channel is a video of a Dyson fan that my wife bought on special.
Wow.
Many years ago, and I hated it. I hated it so much. I thought it was a waste of money. So I was like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna make a video about it. I'm gonna tell people that it's crap, and that's got like 200,000 views.
Because they agree?
Oh no, like the like to dislike ratio is like really bad. It's like 50-50.
Oh wow, it's such a
Yeah,
so diverse.
It's so like 10 years from now, I'm really sorry about my comments that I said about Lord Dyson.
Lord Dyson, yes.
They have taken over the universe.
Dyson dynasty, yeah. Oh man, what's his name? Jeffrey
Anderson, John Constantine.
Jeffrey Anderson, John Constantine is awesome. Yes.
It's John Constantine
It's
DC.
DC, yeah. Oh, Keanu, bro. Keanu.
It just didn't fit. Like I know John Constantine as its own little thing, and I never remembered it was DC.
Yeah, I think it started off as Vertigo, which might have been like under DC, unless DC purchased them, or Vertigo was a subset of DC, like a darker version.
Did you ever watch the TV show?
Yes, yeah. But then I got really sad that it was cancelled.
Yeah, they canned
Cancel
it.
culture again. And then I stopped watching it because of that. I was like, oh, well, now that it's gone, I just don't want to watch it anymore.
I was so disappointed.
It was good.
It was
wasn't
good. It was
good.
really good.
Yeah,
but
John
it was
Constantine
really
show.
more closer to the comics than it was to the movie. The movie was but I have an annual rewatch of John Constantine, so maybe it's time. Yeah,
the
every
actual
year.
movie.
Yeah, every year I rewatch it.
Oh man, I watched it here. I was like, oh my god, it's amazing.
Yeah. So let us know your thoughts if Xbox having the DC universe as their exclusive gaming is going to change the way the two consoles fight.
Would that... Okay, if you knew that all the DC games and Batman and Mortal Kombat and everything, if that happened to be all on Xbox, would that entice you to be more of an Xbox Series guy or like than a PlayStation guy? But then again, you might not care because it would just be on PC anyway. And you'll probably just play on PC.
That's actually a good question. Like, do you think there's enough people who buy these games that they're going to go, that's all the games I play. I'm willing to buy an Xbox because of this.
Because of Batman.
My Batman.
And Xbox Series X being black, it'll just like fit in with their theme. It's like the Dark Knight box.
What they'll do, they'll have like just a normal black box.
Yeah.
And then they'll have like a Batman themed one. And it'll just be the same black box.
But like with little like white slits, so it's like Batman's eyes, like from the animated series. Yeah.
I've got a bit of cough today.
I know, man.
We haven't been to Victoria, by the way, so...
No, not yet. Let's
move on to some Sony news, because it's all about games. Sony spends
all about the game.
$250 million on Epic Games.
Oh, is that it?
So what did they buy? Did they buy a slither of them, or they just...
I think, it looks like they...
minority stake.
Yeah, minority stake. So I think they want to get some sweet deals from Epic Games. Maybe, the creators that are tied in with Epic Games, or they just want a portion of the profits that are going to be flowing.
Fortnite is obviously huge on the PlayStation game. On the PlayStation, do you think Sony is trying to make it exclusive on the PlayStation?
Oh, Fortnite.
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy, like Fortnite 2. Fortnite 2, that will be a thing, right?
Well, I think they update the game with like massive updates that make it like Fortnite 2.
Yeah. Was that all they were gonna do? Not actual like like a brand new release, like complete separate.
They just came out of beta. They just came out of like
right.
into like a full release. I don't think they're gonna be going. And now it's number 2. We just released this, but hey, number 2.
Number 2, yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Personally, I don't care about Fortnite. I don't play it, but for anybody that does love it, if it becomes a PS5 exclusive, that will be funky.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really far stretch, I think. I think,
Yeah.
generally speaking, what they'll be doing is getting exclusives for PlayStation 5. So, PlayStation 5 players will get exclusive in-game items for being on PlayStation 5. And that's how they're gonna segment it. Fortnite will get segmented over time.
Yeah. So
And-
like you mean there'll be exclusive items for on the PlayStation and on like on the PlayStation they'll be like you can buy tentacles or something on your character.
That's the Japanese
the
version.
Japanese, yeah. And then like Xbox One will be like you can buy Windows 10 or something really lame.
10 years from now.
Yeah.
I sincerely apologize to the Japanese Empire for talking bad about tentacles.
Yeah. And Bill Gates, who's, you know, maybe he would already be inside his grave by then.
Look, according to the announcement, this is a strategic investment on Sony's part, which will ensure further collaboration, which is basically doing some exclusive stuff for Sony.
Exclusive games that will release on PC and probably timed exclusives. That's what's gonna be the deal here. Because they're getting 2 timed exclusives already on PS5. We got Ghostwire and we got that one where you die and come back again. That one.
We talked about that.
We did, but that game.
I can't remember. It looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks
I'm
cool,
going to try it.
Timed exclusives.
What I was going to say, Access Squad. Have you heard of Squad?
No? What's Squad about?
I'll just have a
How's
quick
that
Google what it is. Squad.
9 out of 10 on Steam.
Hey, that's impressive. 9 out of 10.
Good.
Oh, is this like Armor?
Oh, it's 2015. It's been around for a while.
But it's look at the reviews. Very positive.
Ooh, very positive. Looks, is that like some really realistic combat?
Early access game. Yeah, it looks like an Armor clone. Look, I'll have a look at. I'll check it out. I do like these games.
Squad.
And I'm looking at a new monitor to get some higher refresh rates. So I told you about that monitor, didn't I? The G9, the Samsung Odyssey.
Is it giant?
It's huge.
34 inch or something like
49.
that. 49 inch.
49 super ultra wide.
Dude, you're gonna have to sit quite far from that because that's massive.
Let me show you this monitor.
This is a 60-inch TV, so it's like, my God, a 49 is gonna be huge, man.
Well, I think it's not as wide as that, but it'll be fairly wide. This one here.
Oh my God, that is huge
It's
and wide.
two 27-inch monitors side by side.
Basically glued on together.
Yeah, and the resolution is about 4K. Because it's 1440p down this side, but then it's like 5,000 across.
See, I thought your current monitor was huge, and that's what, 34 inches?
Yeah, 34.
Yeah, that's huge. To me, anyway.
But this is literally every single wish list type item has been ticked by this monitor.
Really?
It's got QLED, right?
Oh my God.
1000 certified HDR.
Oh, yeah.
Like with the certification, whatever it is. So it's HDR compatible.
The brightness 1000, yeah.
It's got 240 frame.
240 FPS.
Yeah.
And 4K.
Pretty much 4K, yeah.
But technically, how many can it do 120 4K or what is it?
It's the whole
240
whatever
4K.
resolution you have, you can do 240 hertz on it.
Oh my God. So 4K 240. That's insane.
Yeah, you can do it, but you have to turn HDR off on that.
Whoa.
But you can do 144 at that 4K and you can get it at, with HDR on.
That's insane. That's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah. And it's curved like stupidly curved. I wonder if there's a photo here that shows it from the top.
It just like covers half your head and then...
Oh, it's just insanely curved.
Oh, that's insane.
This one here. Like it's a 1600R, I think.
Whoa.
So it goes, around the thing.
I find I struggle with these curved monitors. I'm still like flat screen, baby. Flat screen gang.
You know how TVs came out and they had curved TVs?
Yeah.
Biggest joke ever.
Yeah, I don't like curved TVs.
It makes no sense because you don't... So a monitor, if it's curved and you sit in it...
you're quite immersed, right?
Yeah, you can actually... Yeah. I think the distance that you are in can actually make the eye strain smaller because you don't have to refocus on an angle. So it's supposed to actually help. But on a TV that's curved, you have to sit like a meter away from it, depending on what curvature it is, to actually... That's why it stopped. You don't see...
Without any friends, you're just like solo watching.
Well, yeah. When's the last time you saw a curved TV nowadays?
Years ago, man.
Yeah. It was just the thing that popped up because monitors started doing it. But monitors make sense because it's a single viewing experience and you're there in front,
Boom.
Look, the price is ridiculous.
It's going to be thousands of dollars, right?
2,800.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I'm kind of like thinking if I do buy it, well, actually I've reached out to Samsung and thought maybe they'll just send one for review. At least I get to check it out. But I think I'll buy it, hopefully make a video, and then maybe return it. I don't know. I'm just really keen to see.
Make a video for a year or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finished reviewing it after 3 years.
You can have it back.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to loot boxes.
Oh, this guy.
So, a little bit of background here. This gentleman right here blew £3,000, and he's a university student, so he doesn't have much, on FIFA loot boxes. He was spending over £80 a night on getting those cards when you get FIFA characters or FIFA players.
Man, I feel sorry for him. Look at his face; looks really sad.
Yeah,
and he looks very like he looks very disappointed in himself.
Yeah,
in a way, and it's like his addiction has taken the best of him.
I think it's what I don't like is that this loot box culture that EA has created is actually giving video games a very bad name and leading to people saying, or Karens saying, video games causes, gambling addiction, causes violence and all that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
All the good stuff they think, anti-video games. Well, this sort of stuff is where somebody goes, well, see, that's what video games cause.
Yeah, but I mean, what about casinos? Casinos cause so much gambling.
Yeah, but they pay politicians, so we don't talk about that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Let's just stay out of that.
Keep it on the low. Cancel culture. Yeah.
So, yeah, he blew his university savings on it. £3,000 is what, 5.5?
5.5 G's, man.
Australian
dollarinos.
Yeah.
That's so much money.
It's crazy.
$5,000. You could get 2 of those Samsung monitors and have like them double screened.
Why didn't he do that?
I know.
He could have just got that and played FIFA in a white, and maybe he wouldn't have to buy loot boxes then because he'd have more screen real estate to play better.
Oh, so much. It would cover like half, like you. It would
if you had
it would be like a semicircle, eh?
Okay, maybe I should
Yeah,
try that
too.
and make a video. I bought 3 and it covered myself in monitors.
It's just circular. That would be insane.
We laugh, but gambling is bad.
Yes, gambling is sad. Don't do it.
And what?
See,
I
that's
think,
why he has a standard flat screen because he was gambling.
That's why he was gambling.
Yeah, don't do it.
No, that's right, kids. Watch out. Get a better monitor if you want to gamble.
Yeah, if you want to gamble.
What I was going to say is, I think for me, I don't care that loot boxes are in games.
Yeah.
What I want to say is that the people who have access to these loot boxes are below 18, which is the minimum gambling age.
True. That's why they made it illegal in what country? What can you remember?
Yes.
But
it was a very insignificant country. Like Belgium had, and by insignificant I mean them cancelling it and not letting it like go through is not going to change anybody else's opinion.
Yeah, can somebody help us out? Where was the country where they illegalized loot boxes in games? Because I remember there was a big deal, and it was an EA game, wasn't it? It was a Star Wars game, the Battlefront game.
Yes, that was so bad on it.
Yeah, when that came out, and they just got fully smashed for it, taken to court.
So it was literally gambling. He was addicted to gambling, and this game that was allowed for general public or like kids had a way to monetize an addiction, a gaming addiction, which itself is then gambling. And I think that's bad. I think if you have loot boxes, the game should be R18.
Straight up.
Yeah, that's a law that is not only reasonable, but is also reasonable in the sense that they can get it passed in the parliament or whatever it is, or they can get it through, because it's not going to ban the sale of the game, because that's not going to fly, especially because it's just a video game technically speaking. But if they make it R18, then these companies will have to rethink, going, oh crap,
do we put loot boxes in our game? Like, we're going to lose a big portion of people?
That's right. It'll be a small portion, but at least it'll give you the knowledge that, hey, this game has gambling in it. And I think that distinction here is that loot boxes are still called, hey, exciting loot boxes, flashy colors, which kind of is like the bloody chings. But at the end of the day, if you say that it contains gambling, like real life gambling, then that should be a distinction that, what is it? What's the Australian one? the Australian ethic codes thing for video games. They're very strict here in Australia.
Yeah, the ratings.
Yeah, the ratings
department. The ESRB or something like that. Yeah,
they should have that added in, and as soon as it got loot boxes that you pay for and buy, that's it. It should be gambling.
You're out of the game. Out of the game. What's next in our list?
We've got...
Gambling is not good, bro. Agreed.
Yeah, let's have a look at the comments. Yep, gambling. Diablo 3, I gamble only with Kadala. Oh, yeah, do you remember that?
Oh, like killing the same boss over and over.
I thought it was a character in the town square, Kadala.
Oh, yeah, Diablo 2, right? Yeah, you would gamble.
3.
Now, in Diablo 2, you would gamble with Kadala in the sense that you would keep buying her random stuff, and you don't know what it is until you bought it, and then it has like all the stats on it and stuff. Yeah,
I thought they had that in number 3 too. I remember buying and like getting a potluck.
All right, blood shards. Yes, yeah, you would have blood shards. Okay, yeah, you would. Okay, so sorry, in both games you have gambling, 2 and 3, but you're obviously using not real world currency, which is
you're not paying for it,
which is okay. It's okay, no harm done.
Yeah.
Maybe to your brain, but not to your wallet.
Yeah, as soon as you walk out the door, you're at the casinos.
Yeah, you're at the casinos. Like,
well, this is like blood shards.
Yeah.
Have my blood.
have my wallet. Crisis. What about Crisis?
Well, how long has it been since Crisis 1? Because that was probably the only good game. Like, Crisis 2 and 3 were terrible.
I haven't played them.
You haven't played. Have you played Crisis 1?
A little bit. No, I lie. No, because my computer couldn't run it.
Well, that was the ultimate test. Yeah. Can it run Crisis? And so they're making basically a remaster version, which is great because the game looked fantastic back then.
Gorgeous.
And hopefully we can still come back to saying, hey, can it run Crisis remastered? But I think this article, what I wanted to sort of mention is that it's going to come to Nintendo Switch. There was a big outcry that it wasn't going to, but it's going to come to Nintendo Switch. But I think that's just a joke. Nintendo Switch is super weak. Why bother?
So weak. Yeah, it's about time they need to upgrade that bad boy.
First-party Nintendo games lag on it and have ridiculously low resolutions, and third-party games are even worse.
Drops. Yeah, big frame drops on the little Switch.
Even when you plug it into the
docking station thing. Mm.
So anyway, that's all we have to say about that.
Yeah, Crisis, cool game, guys. It's coming out again.
Actually, let us know if you guys have a Nintendo Switch, because
we're crapping all over it.
We're crapping all over it. If you do, tell us a game that doesn't lag. I'm sure there's a few. I mean, Pokemon doesn't lag.
Probably like
often.
Tetris or something. Yeah.
Oh, that's cold. All right, we talked about Batman a little bit before. What do you think about HBO doing a Batman spin-off from the Robert Pattinson movie?
See, how are they? Why are they already planning this? They don't know. Maybe the movie's gonna be an absolute disaster. It'll bomb in flames. We'll be like, Robert Pattinson was the worst Batman in history, and they're like, yeah, we're just doing a TV show about it now. It's like, why?
What if it's a TV show of how bad the movie is?
Oh, maybe.
Like The Disaster Artist, which was a movie about the guy who made the movie.
They'll be like, this is so bad, it's like a phenomenon. It's like a pop culture hit. Yeah.
Look, Robert Pattinson has done some really interesting work as of late. The Lighthouse was a highlight.
Oh, I didn't see that. I haven't seen it.
It's weird. It's all in black and white. And
is William Dafoe in it?
Yeah, and he gets naked.
That's weird.
Yeah, and it's two men in a lighthouse.
But William Dafoe, he's done so many artsy movies.
What about William the Friend?
Yeah, what about William the Friend?
I'm actually... okay, so here we go. So a bit more information. That spin-off is going to be about the Gotham City Police Department, which is problematic because they've already kind of made that.
They did, but it wasn't that great, called Gotham, the TV show.
You didn't think it was good?
I think it was okay, but not great. But like, I want like a really dark and gritty and less goofy and better writing and better actors. So if HBO is in charge, then we're probably going to get that. There is a comic book, there is a graphic novel compilation called the Gotham Central. And
really?
It's called Gotham Central, and it was written by Ed Brubaker and like a whole bunch of other guys. And it was so good. It was so good because it truly tackled what it would mean to be in a world where the police, our local police department, would have to deal with like, super powered individuals or bad guys and all this kind of stuff. And it was super legit, like, and grounded. It was
Yeah.
really cool.
I would. That's a show
Yeah.
I would really be interested, because I started watching Gotham, 3 episodes. I was like, this is crap.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Gotham wasn't that great. Yeah, I didn't think so anyway. But imagine True Detective in, like, the world of Batman.
Okay, I guess my feeling about that is, do you think they will have some of these police people actually take down some big names?
Yeah, because, like, in this comic book, they
Yeah.
do that as well. Like, they take down some of these big bad guys. Like, there's, like, Mr. Freeze in there and stuff.
And the police take them down.
Yeah. Like, it shows, like, the kind of tactics that the cops need to use and
Yeah.
how clever they need to get. Because, he's got, like, a freeze gun and he's, like, shooting their body bits off. And they're like, all right, we got to
Yeah.
do this and this and this. And it shows, like, the real... The heroes of humanity. Because, like, in the Batman comics and movies, it's
Yeah.
always like the police show up, but Batman's already cleared up
Yeah,
crime.
yeah.
Whereas in this, it's like there's situations where Batman is not there, so the cops have to deal it their way.
That's what I don't like about
Yeah.
Superman. Superman is the ultimate hero, and I think in the 80s they had to create Kryptonite because it just got too boring.
Yeah, because there was no weakness.
There was no weakness, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I think in this case it'll be much more exciting to watch an underpowered, like underdog stories are always more exciting than having a Superman jump in and just go, whoop, 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 and then like everything's cleared. It's like, thank you.
Yeah.
That's like One Punch Man.
One Punch Man, yeah.
If you ever want to check out that anime, that's
quite
pretty much
good. It's
pretty much
actually
it.
pretty good, yeah. But, like, okay, and that's why Batman is the bigger, I think, of the two in terms of a franchise, because Batman has so many more vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
Like, he's just a guy in a souped-up suit who's intelligent and rich and, just, he has, like, the fitness of
Yeah.
whoever. He's amazing.
He's like Iron Man. I mean, that's the.
He's like
Yeah.
Iron Man, but he doesn't use guns and stuff like that
Yeah,
generally in most of the universes, and I think that's what makes him fascinating.
Somebody just take a photo of him and like color him dark.
No, I think that's the demo shot of him in the Batman suit. I don't know.
Really?
He looks funky. I don't know. There's something about
He's got the
Robert
jawline
Pattinson.
for it.
Really, I was gonna say he's got a pointy chin. Like he's got the chin that would sink the Titanic. Like the Robert Pattinson chin. But
10 years later, I would like to apologize to Robert Pattinson
we got
about his
cancelled
pointy
again.
chin.
Yeah. There's so many things we're gonna have to apologize on this thing. But
yeah.
look.
HBO Max. Has HBO Max done any other DC stuff?
I actually don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
if anybody can let us know, that'd
They
be
did
great.
Spawn. Spawn was a really cool
The
animated
anime.
series.
That was HBO.
Yeah. That was
Yeah, I remember
HBO.
watching it
was
at your
so
house.
Cool, man. So dark and grim, and
There was a movie about Spawn, wasn't there? With,
there was a Spawn movie, live action movie. Yeah.
What was the actor? He's from Blade.
The African American. No, it wasn't Wesley Snipes.
Wasn't it Wesley Snipes?
Nah, it was a different guy.
Are you sure?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you sure?
Absolutely
I'm going to try
sure.
and search, but you know what I'm always worried about? When you type some random stuff into Google, you never know what's going to actually pop up. So I'm going to just hide my screen for a moment.
Yeah.
So it's called Spawn.
You're really just hiding your porn history.
Yeah, because I keep it on this computer specifically.
Yes.
Let's have a look.
What's his name?
John Leguizamo?
John Leguizamo is the bad guy. Michael J. White. Yeah, that's the guy who plays
White.
Spawn.
Here we go.
There he is.
Right.
That's the guy.
I honestly thought it was Wesley Snipes. Maybe I confused it with Blade because it was quite similar in its theme.
Right.
Well, theme in the sense of like action.
See, I don't know if he's... Speaking of which, there's going to be a Spawn reboot. An actual
Like a movie?
Yeah, a movie. Yeah.
Oh, let's have
Well,
a look.
I don't know if Michael J... No, not Michael J. White starring in this one. This one is going to be Michael J. Fox.
No. Yeah, alright, let's just go with Michael J. Fox is going to be the new Spawn character.
No. Go to IMDb. Guys, this is no joke. No joke.
No.
Look.
No
look
way.
Look up Spawn.
2021 or something?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 2020 or 2021. Yeah.
Todd McFarlane.
Oh.
Jamie Foxx.
Oh, Jamie
No,
Foxx.
Jesus.
Sorry, but Jamie Foxx
Jamie Foxx. Do you know who
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox is?
is the guy from Back to the Future. Guys, I've been definitely taking too much crack. This is This is yeah.
That's not to say he couldn't do a good Spawn.
Yes.
He's a bit out of age, but you know.
Yeah, and I mean his Parkinson's.
Yes, Parkinson's.
I think his Parkinson's probably is a bit too.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go there because
Yeah.
10 years from now, I don't want to be like, I really apologize
Yeah,
to the
but no.
Parkinson Foundation.
But like, you know, in all seriousness, this is probably the main reason why he's no longer on TV.
Yes, he is. He's on TV all the time.
Is he really?
Let's explore.
All right. This is more debunking. What was
Mike-
our original topic? HBO, right?
Michael J.
J. Fox.
Fox. Yeah. So he's most famous for Back to the Future.
Yeah.
But he was
What
in
is he
Boston
doing
Legal.
now?
He was in The
Oh
Good
my God.
Fight. Look,
He's
2020
still
Good
playing
Fight.
in things.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Archie 2, or Designated Survivor. Ethan
But he
West.
must do like small scenes, right? I mean, I've thought his Parkinson's
Well,
was
in-
quite bad.
I think he's taking a lot of drugs for it.
Like a lot of therapy and medication to
Yeah,
deal with it. to
yeah.
cope
I
with
think.
it.
I mean,
Right,
look,
right.
he's got the money for it. That's for sure. But he's also been donating the money to the foundation and stuff, and really,
Yeah.
he's quite philanthropic, like in the sense of that. But he's.
Oh, that would make sense.
I watched him in The Good Fight. Like my wife watched that show, like heavily, and I saw him then. He behaved really well, and then I saw him a couple of years earlier in Boston Legal.
Boston Legal.
Boston Legal, and he was, I think, worst then.
We gotta think. Sorry to interrupt you. The Pat needs to start streaming gaming on Twitch
Oh,
and
no.
Facebook.
I'm
but
Yeah.
Pat will be streaming gaming.
Oh, yes.
On Friday, guys. Friday, come and join. It's gonna be on my channel. It's gonna be on the YouTube Game with Casper, and yeah, Superstar Patrick's gonna be there.
We're gonna play some Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, the last exclusive title on the PS4.
Yeah, on the PlayStation 4. Let's talk about the new AMD Threadripper 3995WX. It's not a CPU I will ever buy because it's thousands and thousands of dollars.
They
And
just keep adding numbers onto that, don't they?
oh, like you mean like this
Like-
WX thing? Like.
Oh, and the digits keep
And
getting
the Pro.
higher.
They add the Pro. Like that's a very Apple thing to do. Like
Oh, it's so Apple.
this phone is a phone, and this is a phone Pro for professionals. No, it just has the PRO. That's it.
And now that you have like a Pro and an X in the same statement, it's like double the
Yeah,
awesomeness.
it's like
You know
Pro
how they-
XV.
How they always added X to products
Yeah.
because it was cool thing, like back
It
in
still
the
is
day,
cool.
like in the 90s, and
Like
now
X-rated.
It's like, yeah, you know, I don't know why they did that because it just sounded.
Do
cool.
you own a product that has an X in it?
No.
You don't buy into those X's.
Nah, man, I'm not about those X's, bro.
Okay, fine. Look, you know what? If somebody can, I'll put up a vote on one of my videos one day or on the thing, and if the vote says yes, do a game stream, you can choose the game, and I'll do a couple of hours of streaming that game on YouTube, as long as it's on PC, because I don't know how to I can't hook up my console to like stream it.
Really?
Oh, I guess I could use that dongle.
Dongle.
Okay, all I want to say is it has been pictured. It is real. That's probably the most sort of realistic leak we can look at. Like that's really hard to Photoshop.
Yep,
the
there it
light
is.
and stuff. And
3995WX.
I got a couple of AMD chips this week to test, and I couldn't get the picture. Like I wanted to post a picture. Hey guys, I got something like this. Check it out, coming soon. But I couldn't get the angle of the lighting right. So that's why I was like, wow, yeah, this must be real because the way the light falls and stuff. But this is the competitor to the Xeon lineup. This is their like really high end chips. You'll still have the 3950s competing with the highest like i9s. So this Ryzen lineup is very expensive. The motherboards start at like $700 because it's almost two chips in one.
Damn.
Like it's almost like if you look at the back, it looks like it's
Has a
like
split.
half. Yeah, as a split. So it's quite a it's quite a powerful CPU.
Super chip.
64 cores.
Wow.
That's insane. I reckon that's
That's
an
a lot of chords.
Shall we leave the Cyberpunk till
Last?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
let's talk about Far Cry 6.
Yay! You're a big Far Cry. Maybe that's the thing you could stream. Far Cry 6.
Yeah,
I feel like, yeah, because that's your jam. Like, you're quite good at these games.
The shooters.
You've played the predecessors of this as well.
Okay, I'll book that in. Actually,
Yeah.
let's do that at my place. We'll do a stream.
Cool,
like
man.
we do on yours.
Yeah, I'd be keen just to watch you play. I'll be like, whoa.
Yeah, it'll be one
headshot.
player game because it'll
Yeah.
be like on PC. Do everybody recognize this character right here? Not the kid, but the gentleman here.
And he's a little tip. He makes fried chicken in a very famous TV show. You guys will know who he is. Surely, right?
Shirley.
Anybody?
Nobody. All right.
Nobody.
Well, his name is. I had his name here before. Where was it? There it is.
Los Polos Hermanos.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, yes.
Also known as. How do you say it? Say it.
Well, Los Polos Hermanos.
Yes.
That was his fried chicken place.
Yeah.
And
What's his name?
Oh, his name was, the actual character was...
Well, his last name was Hermanos, right?
Gus Fring.
Oh, Gus Fring.
Yeah. Gus Fring is the character from Breaking
he worked
Bad.
at Los...
Yeah, that's the one, John Lawson. Yeah.
Yeah, very good guess. So he did. So the chicken place he worked at was that, but his name was Gus.
Yeah, he had a franchise called
Yeah.
Los Polos Hermanos.
Was his death the bell?
Yeah, the
Was
ding,
it the
ding, ding, ding,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then it exploded and then half his face was missing.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
Two-Face.
Such a good TV show.
So
I've been
good.
telling my wife to watch it, and she's like, "No." I'm like, "Why?" Because you're telling me.
Oh, you should do the reverse. Be like, don't ever watch it. I forbid you.
I've tried it on a different show, and she did end up watching it. So I was like, okay, so it does
Try
work.
the tactics.
We
yeah.
just had on Thursday our 4-year anniversary.
Oh, well
And
done.
we went out.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's been a while. And we went out, and I was gonna try and say watch this other TV show, and
You were
she was
gonna
like,
use that as your moment.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
try to see if I can this year. This year's the year we're gonna watch Breaking Bad.
Oh my god, I'm so excited
I'm
for
gonna
you
try
guys.
She said, yeah, whatever. I'm like, okay, that's as close as I can get.
You got a whatever out of it.
I got a whatever.
Okay.
Far Cry 5 was, Far Cry 5 was, it was the one, well, there's been two. So there was, okay, let me rephrase.
Okay.
Far Cry 1 was great. Far Cry 2 was fantastic.
Yep.
Far Cry 3 was really good too.
I hear that was
Yeah.
like amazing. Far Cry
Great
3,
story,
yeah.
really fun to play. Far Cry 4 was very average. And then Far Cry 5 had these weird... Cause what they did like one that was back in like prehistoric times. So I think Far Cry Primal, I think it was.
Well, that was a separate thing though, right?
Yeah, so they've got these
okay, yeah.
offshoots. Then there was the pink one, which was Far Cry...
4.
Yeah, which is Far Cry 4. And then they did one like after a nuclear
Oh,
holocaust.
so that was 5, and then there was New Dawn after 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so 5 was about some cult thing, right?
Yeah,
Some
an
religious
American cult. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they yeah, it's interesting.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really interesting look at American culture and the whole... Because Americans...
Like redneck society.
Yeah, and the whole cult thing was really interesting. It was like watching True I'm not going to say in the quality sense, but the storyline of True Detective.
Oh, okay.
Where there's a cult involved and, like a... Yeah,
There's like a thriller and mystery involved and all that kind of stuff.
So it was really good, and gameplay was all right. But that new Dawn one was just the same map after a nuclear fallout.
Was the bad guy in 5, was he anybody famous, portrayed by any famous actor?
It was a bald dude that looked like Jesus with like aviators.
Bold Jesus.
So I can't remember if it was a famous actor. No, I don't think it was.
Oh.
But they usually try and get a famous actor to do that, don't they? Like, at least voice it.
Maybe they are in games nowadays because there's so much money, and that's probably why celebrities are on YouTube as well. There's
so
money
much
on
money.
YouTube, there's money in games, because that's where people are going. It's like we're trying to get away from celebrities,
Yeah.
but they keep chasing after us.
Well, because they chase after dollar and attention, right?
Yeah. Look
Yeah.
at me, ma.
So, all right, let's move on. Death Stranding is coming to PC, and it's going to be bundled free with your next GPU purchase.
Ooh.
Because they want to move the stock of the 2000 series, because the 3000 series is right around the corner, and they have to get it out of there. That's probably the only reason they're doing this.
They're trying to get them off the shelves. Probably makes a lot of sense.
Oh, let's have a look at some questions.
Yeah, what's the questions about the stuff?
What are we going to talk about next? Or we just got to it?
We just got to it. Yeah, plot twist.
Do you guys think the PS5 and Xbox will have as much input lag as old gen? That depends on the TV. not the
Yes.
console. You could plug in your console into a gaming monitor and have basically no
Very true.
lag.
Very true. Yeah. If you plug it into a monitor, you're sweet.
Yeah, so it's it'll be HDMI, of course. It'll never be DisplayPort because it needs to go into TVs. But most TVs nowadays have like a gaming mode. And the
Yeah.
latency goes quite low.
Super low. Like I've got my Samsung Q 70R. I think that's what it is. Yeah, Samsung Q70R, the 2019 model. It has the gaming mode.
Yep.
And the latency at 1080p is like 12 ms or something like that. So anything below like 20 ms is really good. For
It's usually unnoticeable.
Yeah.
You won't notice
It's usually unnoticeable. Yeah, and these are really good.
But what you will notice is if you plug in a computer into your TV, put it on gaming mode, and then move like a high precision mouse around, you will see what I usually call dragging something through water.
Oh, I see.
It's not precise. You
that
feel
must
like
be on
it's.
older TVs though.
Have you tried it on your TV?
I haven't. I'd be
You should
curious
try it.
to try it. Yeah.
Give it a try because I have a gaming mode on my TV and it's not precise enough. The latency is like most monitors nowadays
Right.
have 1 ms.
Yeah, they do.
And it's 12. I mean, when you have something as precise and very pointy, you can really see. You wouldn't see it on a game when there's so much stuff happening, and the movement of your character might offset the 12 ms, and your controller has also a delay.
Yes, input delay.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, really low in delays on
Yeah.
the new TVs anyway.
So that's that question. Do put questions in there if you guys have any. We'll get to them. Usually we get to them at the end. But we've been going for an hour already. Jesus.
Whoa, Jesus!
Alright,
Because we started early.
Yeah, we did start early. Okay. We've got Nvidia. Well, look, there's going to be a lot more of these rumors. Production has started, which is, I guess, the news in this sense. So we're going to see hopefully a release by the end of the year. Do you think end of the year?
Yes, I would say yes. I want to say they'll surprise them and be like, "Hey, October time, check it out."
October, was it last year October that they did it?
September 2018.
Oh, not 2019.
Yeah.
No, 2 years.
2018. Yeah, 2 years.
I think they're going to try and time it with AMDs because a lot of people who might spend and buy a new AMD CPU and all that, the Zen 3 is probably going to be upgrading at the same time the rest of their gear. Because a lot of people who are on Zen 2 are not going to be buying Zen 3, very small portion. Those on Intel might have already bought it already. Because Intel released their 10th and 11th? No, 10th. 10th gen CPUs, which weren't particularly great comparably to Zen 2, especially with price. But Zen 3 and Nvidia releasing that at the same time, I think it's going to be a good mixture of things for people to buy. I'm still worried that the RTXs are going to be expensive.
I'm concerned as well. They're going to be expensive, but I think they're going to create a major divide between the consoles as well. Because when the consoles are dropping, the RTX 2 series seem kind of like, why? I mean, they're not that powerful anymore. But when the 3 series drops by, there's going to be like, oh, wow, there's the gap again between consoles and graphics cards.
Yeah, and Ak below said, PC is always better, but as a music RBLX gamer said, it's more expensive. And that's right. It's like, I can go and say, I can run 4K at 120 hertz, but that cost me like...
5,000.
I'm just trying to actually think.
Maybe even more.
Let's say I get an RTX 2080 Ti, that's like 1,800 right now. And I got to get a decent CPU, so maybe like minimum i5 or like a AMD 3600.
So that's already 21 or 2200. Yeah.
So about 3,000, 3.5. I would
It's
say.
getting more expensive.
Let's say $3,000 because you can skimp on a lot of stuff just for this example.
$3,000.
And 4K monitor at 120 hertz.
Yeah.
That's another couple of hundred, but
Big
guess
bucks.
you don't count the TV. So yeah, $3,000 for it. But hang on. That's Australian dollars, and that's also consoles will be what, $1,000?
Nah, consoles will be $800.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Okay. Just hold
If
that thought.
I'm wrong, cancel culture.
Cancel-
I'm sorry about all the people who can't
10
afford
years
a console.
from now.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I actually have Apple Arcade, and it's absolutely fantastic. If you have kids, it's a must, because first of all, there's no in-game purchases, so they can't go buying crap on your credit card. And second of all, the games are actually really good. Like they're actually fun, and some are actually almost educational, and none of them are one of those things where you have to like sit there and click or time things. Like they're not, they're not there to make money. They're actually entertaining. So coming back to what you were saying, $800 Australian for PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Yeah.
What did we said? I said 600, didn't I? Last time?
Yeah. Like $600, but then I'm thinking 500 US is probably what they're gonna be aiming at.
$499 US.
Yeah, there was an actual there was a survey that came out for people what they were willing to pay, and I think it came out between $350 US was for the console without the drive, and $450 US for the console with the drive. What people were willing to pay for.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I hear a survey like, what are you willing to pay for it?
Yeah.
I think that's a really strange way of doing it, because each person probably has different value of money and earns differently, but that's one thing. So I mean, overall, if you put a lot of people together, they'll give like an average margin, but it just doesn't make sense, because if you can sell it for less, I just feel like they'll bump the number up when they see people are willing to pay $450 for it. We're gonna do like $350, but not great. We're gonna do it at $450. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think Bloomberg, and I think they're kind of right on the money to say that it costs around $470 US to manufacture these things.
Yeah.
So we can expect it to be in that vicinity between $450 and $500.
Do you think that Sony's willing to take a $30 per console?
Like $20-$30 loss, perhaps.
Or gain if it's for $500, yeah.
And I think even more so, okay, let's say if the non-disc drive one, the digital one is $450 US, then that just closes you onto their ecosystem where you have to pay more for games than you would at a distributor.
Yeah, and they'll make up their difference very quickly.
Okay.
I guess, look, consoles versus PC, that conversation is a very, old conversation. And when 3000 series comes out, it'll be, $1,800 for a graphics card. But that's not the fault of... It's not that card is that expensive. It's actually NVIDIA bumping their prices up of, and they hit a glass ceiling with the 2080 Ti. That's why they had to release the Super. Because people just weren't willing to pay that money to get that 2080 Ti or whatever it might be. It was just ridiculously expensive. Yeah. And then they had to reshuffle their stock, make it more so you can still pay a similar amount per performance dollar, but shuffle some of these products down. So when I hear, PCs are so expensive, the fault of it is squarely on NVIDIA and,
NVIDIA alone.
NVIDIA 50% and AMD 50%, because AMD shat the bed and never competed with NVIDIA, because if NVIDIA's got no competitor, they don't innovate, and they'll just put their prices up when they have to innovate for the next generation.
Yeah.
The problem is if manufacturing, I don't think manufacturing costs have changed at all. Like, I think they've gotten cheaper.
So.
Materials, no, but manufacturing processes, I think have gotten cheaper.
Well, yeah, I think the efficiency of manufacturing has improved, but then probably the prices of getting the resources has actually gotten more expensive.
You think that offsets the...
Yeah, that offsets the...
Right.
Yeah. But then you're right. If there's no competitor, or if the competitor's not pulling their weight, we are suffering as consumers.
Yeah.
So AMD, man, just... kick it up a notch, and then we'll get better
It's a bit
prices.
50-50. I wouldn't say it's all AMD, because, you could
but
say...
we need other people to join the party as well.
And that's what Axe talking about at the moment in the chat, if you guys are following that conversation.
Oh, okay.
Apple is making their own silicon, which basically making their own CPUs. Now, the problem here is...
Oh, God, Apple. Oh God, Apple. Can you imagine them making graphics card? Here's a Pro Series graphics card, $12,000.
Oh my God, do you think that's what the future holds? They'll make their own graphics processor?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
But they're making their own CPU.
Okay, you know what? Maybe that's a long way away.
Long way away. I think if they manage to do a CPU that can compete with Intel, I'm gonna be so impressed.
Wow, me too.
You will have three big player. Well, sorry, you wouldn't have. You'd have 2.5, because Apple's CPU is not going to go into any other machine than an Apple. So technically, it's not like you can take the Apple and put it into somewhere else.
Oh,
But
that's gonna be weird.
But their machines will have an Apple Silicon, and they'll have their CPU. And then if you buy a computer, you'll go, that's an AMD, that's an Intel, and yeah, that's an Apple, but it's also got its own Apple chip.
Yeah.
Those choices just seem so, I mean, interesting, really. I mean, I think it's great.
Imagine that. They create their own CPU, own GPU, their own, like, everything. Motherboards, memories.
Well, they already do their own
everything
motherboards.
is Apple.
They already do their own motherboards.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're all,
Okay, wow.
every single motherboard and every single Mac is
Wow.
self-built. So they're not far off from
Next
building
level.
a CPU or a graphics. I mean, graphics card. So Nvidia does this thing where they create high-end enterprise graphics cards to do computing, like for Tesla, for example. They
Yeah.
built the smarts for Tesla, and then they take that, the billions of dollars spent on the R&D for that, and they cut it down and make like graphics card for us to play games. Thank you, Nvidia and AMD, but AMD needs a client like that where they sell these high-end cards and then sort of cut them down. So I think it was called the P1 that Nvidia made for the Tesla. So for self-driving.
Yeah, self-driving, automation. Should we jump onto the next thing?
Yeah, we've got a few more here.
A few more topics.
Let's. Oh yeah, last two.
Oh, yes,
last two
last
topics.
two.
Let's hopefully fly through them.
Lucky last.
I'm gonna share the screen.
All right, so this one is the amazing demo that we saw from the Unreal Engine 5. That wasn't actually very GPU intensive, and they told us, the developers themselves, that it was as GPU intensive as Fortnite, and we know that Fortnite doesn't take up a lot of power.
So,
right?
Do you? I guess yeah. I mean, in this case. Does it? Okay. What does it mean? What does it actually mean?
Okay, so that means that what we were watching there, we were wowed with the physics, with the actual visuals, with the lighting, and all of that. And if they're telling us that this was actually not very intensive on the GPU, that we could get gameplay like this in bigger worlds with perhaps more going on, with steady frame rates. That's my understanding. My understanding is it was so well optimized that it was very efficient on the GPU.
RTX or ray tracing or DSLS is very new, and I don't think it's very well optimized. So hearing that this demo ran so well with those things enabled, I don't like the boxes and the triangles and all that sort of other stuff. I don't think it matters too much, because every single next generation is more efficient in running that code. Yeah. I think I'm more interested in the RTX side of things and having the ray tracers actually not use much GPU power, because the problem we've seen with the RTX lineup of cards is that as soon as you turn RTX on, it tanks the frames, the performance. What was the resolution of this?
I think it was 1440p.
Like the actual game?
The actual game, the actual demo.
Yeah.
I don't think it was in 4K. I'm pretty sure it was in 4K.
We'll try and play it for you now. I mean, that's beautiful. It looks great. And I think we talked about this in another stream, but...
Looks gorgeous.
Yeah, at the end of the day, this is absolutely stunning. Like, having light to actually function against, objects like it would in real life is impressive, because it has to compute. Every single ray has to be traced.
Hell yeah.
So it's very, very cool. But I guess hearing that it's running on something that could run Fortnite is impressive.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because, we got The Last of Us 2, which was probably the most beautiful game that I have ever had the experience to play.
Absolutely agree. I have not even played a PC game that's more beautiful than that in the last 12 months.
So, if we know that, and we apply that to the fact where we're going to the next stage here, will there be a bigger disparity of how games look on the consoles compared to the PCs? Are PCs going to have the power without the games, and consoles will have the games without the power?
Oh my god, you have opened up a very big Pandora's box. Okay. Let me just understand. So, PC game. So while the PC is so much more powerful, are you saying that the difference between what the game can look like on a PC and a PlayStation 5 is going to be so small, or the difference will be so small that there'll be no point to even have games on the PC? Or
well, I'm thinking because we got a game like Death Stranding and
Yeah.
The Last of Us 2 and then Final Fantasy 7, and these games look so beautiful. Like, and they're the equivalent of that on PC. I'm thinking perhaps like when Red Dead Redemption 2 released
Yeah,
on the
that
PC,
looks really good on PC.
Which looks amazing,
but
right?
I still thought, well, maybe it was your TV. I have a really crappy monitor, but
Yeah.
oh, sorry, I just saw somebody restoration.
Oh, thank you.
Hey man, restoration and I go a little way back.
Oh, do you guys?
We used to compete in Battlefield tourneys in a clan many years ago.
Back
Maybe
in
what,
the day.
7 years ago, 2014. Jeez, man, good to see you. Thanks for the donation. Really appreciate it.
Way back in Nam.
Back in the helicopters, like looking, that scene of the,
yeah. The rock music. Yeah.
Okay, if PC, but you're absolutely right. Even now, this generation right now is so close to the console, like the look and feel. The console's only a bit off. They're about 30 frames off from 60, and the resolutions don't really matter at all. Because, if you have a 4K TV, it'll be upscaled in some sort of fancy way. You won't notice that it's not full 4K.
Yeah.
And as long as it's 60 frames, I think it'll be fine. So, I actually think we're going into this era where gaming is going to be taken over by consoles because they've just caught up with manufacturing costs have come to a point where it's cheaper to make a very powerful device in bulk than you can make it a single thing like a low count, a graphics card. But look, it's something that I think about a lot because I go, am I going to spend like $3,000 to upgrade my computer when I could just buy a console and it'll look as good?
It'll look beautiful, yeah. Well, you see, I think because there's so much funding and so much focus is going on optimizing and creating and producing the games on the consoles that the developers are getting so savvy. I mean, like, look at CD Projekt Red, who released The Witcher 3 on the Switch. They optimized the living hell out of this gorgeous game that can run on this potato.
Yeah.
So it's like, if they can do that, imagine what they can do with like the Xbox Series X that's going to have 12 T-flops, which is like a lot of GPU power.
Yeah.
The games are going to look stunning, like insane. I think they're going to optimize these games to look so good.
And when you have the same hardware for every single person out there, you can optimize it to the most raw bare metal. Compared to a PC when everything is so different.
You've got like a giant spectrum that you need to cater for, and then you release it and you still have issues.
Yeah.
Because people have so many different PC part combinations.
Yeah.
Whereas, this is all just one enclosed unit and it just works perfectly for everyone. Or it works very bad for everyone.
I mean, it's not always perfect. Yeah. So, oh my God, what if something happens and they have to recall all the PlayStations?
Oh, don't
what
say
a
that.
disaster. That would be just...
See, that's one of my fears, because it's a brand new generation and console release, and what if we have another Ring of Death situation? Or if we have something
What
similar.
did the PlayStation have? The PlayStation had
So the PS4, I don't think it had any issues. The PS3 had something, right?
Yeah, the red... there was a color thing on the thing also.
Sorry, I lied. The PS4 has... overheating issues,
right?
But that's over time because the vents get dirty, and because it's the way it's created. And this is something that they said they have addressed in the PS5, which we're gonna find out if that's the case. But
no, that's fair enough. Just on Axe comment there, I totally agree. Like,
oh, dude, it's
spending 3,000
with a controller.
Oh no, an earlier comment. Sorry.
Earlier comment. All right.
He said he doesn't want to spend 3,000 on another PC.
Yeah, neither do I. I mean, I love PC. PC gaming's the best. But if it means I get to save thousands of dollars and my games will look amazing for the next 7 years again.
Yeah. Like, I remember spending $2,000 on my PC. The whole thing, including a new monitor at the time. And I thought, wow, I've spent a lot of money. Thinking back, I was like, Jesus, that's cheap. Like, I cannot get the same sort of performance now for $2,000 at all in the PC. Like, do you think it's because less people do it now because the consoles are so much more ubiquitous across the communities, and it's just
Yeah, it's getting to what we talked about last week when we were like, hey, video easy and Netflix and all of that, you know, like
oh my god,
it's
do you
all like
think-
tying it. It's like console is cheaper, and
Yeah.
then you've got access to games
Yeah.
via all these platforms.
Yeah.
So it all optimizes and it all works well for you for years and years to come. So it's like, do you even bother with piracy and with PCs and all that jazz?
God, yeah,
It's like they're trying to close the loop on all these things by making it super affordable for people and it being the same system that everyone's on.
I actually feel it in my bones, personal life-wise. This will be the last time I upgrade my PC.
This may be the final gen of PC upgrades.
And then after that, it'll be a console. You know, if I have kids, it'll be a console. I get
Yeah.
it. Like I've come to that realization. When I was younger, yeah, PC, yeah, mate, yeah, hell yeah. Oh man, that's a disappointing bombshell to end the show on, by the way.
the PC race
The
is
PC
dying.
race is dying. Like that's a disappointment. Like, I mean, it's exciting. I find a lot of excitement in building the PC, booting it up, and seeing the BIOS show up.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of satisfaction in building your own computer and doing fancy things like, you know, water cooling and stuff. I think it's an artisan. It's art, really. At the end of the day, there's no real reason to do it. Like, especially water cooling. Like, there's no real reason. But I think I'll miss it. I really miss tinkering with adding bits, swapping bits out. You know, people have cars, and that's what they do. They have a project car. They swap bits out. It's a hobby.
Yeah. I reckon that's what PCs will turn into. They'll be like these muscle cars.
Like these
PCs.
rare, like $10,000 projects where.
But then, you know, you need a PC for like things that people are doing nowadays, which is like video production and like streaming.
Yeah.
And like there's so many things that we need PCs for. But will gaming be one thing that maybe will slightly phase out or a little bit?
Will it phase out? I don't think it'll phase out, because as long as you got a PC, there'll be games on it, because
Yeah.
there's still, like, mouse and keyboard, until it's, like, fully functioning inside the console. You know, I think at the end, two things I'm thinking.
Peripherals are king on PC.
Yeah, peripherals are king, and in the future, consoles might make these keyboards and mouse work really well. Like, at the moment you can, but I don't think it's very good. But maybe it'll be plug and play in the future, and games will be optimized for that. But right now on the PC, if you have a competitive shooter, that is the only place where you play it and actually feel like it's real. Trevor says, I just got a PC just to legally download my games. Does that...
Right. Is that a hint on something?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I have seen that the PS4, PS3, and PS2 have all been cracked, and you can download games for it and whatnot.
Can you?
So yeah, you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even the PS4, like there's torrents out there for the ISO. So I'm guessing that you can download and install the game when you've got maybe a cracked PlayStation 4. But I think it's chip cracked, so you got to get the chip done and whatnot. Maybe somebody can let us know in the comments if it's chip based or if it's like, yeah. All right. Look, we've been going for a while. We're sort of.
Do we do the one last thing we were meant to do? Have a look at the footage, or do we save that for next time?
Do you want to save that for next time?
We save it for next time, guys.
We were going to talk about Cyberpunk, but I think it's been overdone. And
Yeah.
I don't particularly have any big thoughts about I do have thoughts, but I'm just... Maybe we should do a stream.
I haven't actually properly watched it.
You haven't properly...
So that will be my reaction video.
You watch it.
Yeah.
I'll finish watching it.
Oh, real? I thought
I
we'd
got
watch
halfway.
it together and be like, whoa,
you want to watch
look
it
at
together?
this. Yeah, maybe we could do it
Next
week.
Saturday?
Next
It's only
Saturday.
20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think we should do probably a live stream to talk about when the game actually comes out. We'll certainly not only play it, like share it on there, but we'll probably do a bit of a live chat through about it, our thoughts about it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Because I think there's going to be a lot. I'm worried people are going to get disappointed.
And I'm too hyped for that game to be disappointed.
Yeah?
Don't do that to me, CD Projekt Red. I am so excited for it to come out.
I'm worried. I watched that 20-minute video and I got worried.
Oh, did you? Then that means I'm probably going to get worried as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, all right, friends. Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks to everyone who joined us. Trevor, Ack, of course, just been spamming that chat. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Restoration, cheers, bro. Good to see you again. John, Music, R Blocks Gamer, Music Roblox. Is that Roblox game?
Yeah, Roblox game.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The K-Locker, just gotta find all everybody. Hammy, thank you very much, mate, good to see you again. And I think I saw Lewis Tech on here somewhere too, commenting. So thanks again for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Join us on Friday.
Yeah, is it this Friday?
It's this Friday.
All right, we're going to be streaming Ghost of Tsushima this Friday. So, yeah.
Come check it out at Game with Casper. We're gonna be in this same house here, having a great jammy jam.
John says, "Let's talk about how Kathleen Kennedy made Star Wars suck. The Force is female." No, because we don't want to apologize in 10 years.
Yeah,
to
no
females
more
in the world.
cancel culture, bro. We're gonna have to apologize for way too much.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us. Catch you all next week. Bye.